Moral of that is, make a promise to yourself this year. Really see it through. Eliminate those distractions, get through the obstacle, get some life experience, and watch how fast that you achieve those goals this year. And guess what you're gonna wanna do next? What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it again. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit more about the importance of making a promise to yourself. Okay? So, if you're feeling stuck and you don't really know what to do with yourself, or you don't really know where to go, I'm gonna suggest that you make a promise to yourself. See, I'm gonna guarantee that a lot of the results that you're getting right now is related to the distractions that you have in your life. See, the importance of not getting distracted has a direct reflection on pretty much on what gets introduced into your life. Let me explain that a little better. So, the less distracted you are, the better your results. The more distracted you are, the worse your results, or, the stagnation of it. So, and a lot of that comes from people just not making a promise to themselves. And why do I say make a promise to yourself? See, if you make a promise to yourself, it's just on you. You don't have to point fingers at anyone else. You don't have to blame anyone else for where you're at. It's just, if you start this year from a clean slate, on just, you know what? I'm just gonna own it. I'm just gonna own it. If I don't make it, it's my fault. If I do make it, it's because I chose to. See, a lot of y'all are just scared of making a promise to yourself, and I get it. I used to be there. I used to not want to put stuff out there because I was scared if I wasn't gonna make it, or I was scared if it wasn't gonna come true or whatever. And I would just battle this in my head all the time. And then I realized along the way that if I just did it every day, or at least as frequently as I could, and just worked on it, the results will handle itself. The results will take care of itself. See, the missing part is just putting the actions in play. See, if you don't put the actions in play, you're not going to get the results that you want. It's really just that simple. See, a lot of people have a really hard time focusing on things because there's just so many distractions out there, like your phone, the different things that you follow. I didn't realize before that if you just altered and changed the things that you followed, you liked different things. And when I mean that you like different things, I mean that when a video comes on that you're watching and it's actually promoting something good for you to, like, in your life, and you like that video, you know what happens? You get more videos like that. But if you like things that are more so distractions, like unnecessary videos, like if you like too many of those and you watch too many of them, that's what you're gonna get, more distractions. So just like more things. Like if you like this video, you will get other videos that will encourage you to improve your life. That's just how it works. It's that simple. But people don't want to like the video because, I don't know, they don't want to see you succeed, or they just, I don't know what, people just don't want to, I'll just be honest, right? Before, I would just watch videos. I wouldn't always like them sometimes. I didn't really understand the concept, but it was so simple. It was just, if I like more of these, then I get more. So what did I change? I was like, if I watch the video and I really, appreciated the content, I would just like it. Or even if it's just a video that's promoting stuff that I want to see more, I would just like it. It's not that hard. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And as you do that, you start to introduce a new, your algorithm starts to change. And so what ends up happening is you start getting less distracting things. Now, is it possible to still overconsume and you're just over-consuming on content that is supposed to be healthy for you? Yes, overconsumption is a bad thing no matter what it is. Whether overconsumption of alcohol, overconsumption of drugs, overconsumption of social media, it doesn't matter. It is a form of gluttony, okay? There needs to be a balance of you consume and then you create. Consume, create. Consume, promote. Consume, actions. It's just, it's a constant of like learning different and new things and putting it into action. That's what's gonna help you this year. So this year, just make a promise to yourself that you're gonna make some kind of change, right? Whether that is about, money, or you want more friends, or you want like a relationship, you want some kind of personal development, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's just, if you want it and you're lacking it in your life, start making promises to yourself that you're going to improve on something. That's it. But, a lot of people will just say that they'll kind of shrug their shoulders and be like, I just don't know if I can do it. And that's already a losing mindset to have. How do you know that you can't do it if you just don't put the time in? Just put the time in, intentional time, which means that when you're trying to learn something new, you need to understand how it works first. So you don't even know if you're going to be good or not at it. And typically when you start out with anything, you're going to be bad at it at first. I mean, when I got into nursing, I was terrible at it. And then, but I just didn't give up. I just found out what areas I'm good in, right? So I made a promise to myself that I was going to work in the, emergency department because that's where I wanted to work at. Like, that's just what I set my goal on at the time, I made a promise to myself about, the things that I wanted in life. And I just stick to it. And if I don't achieve it, you know what I do? I try it again, or I try something a little different. That's it. That's all you have to do. People just try to overcomplicate it, make too many excuses on why they can't do a certain something. I really don't understand why there's always an excuse to why you can't just progressively do something. But I mean, some people just do that. Some people just, that's just how they live their life, just through excuses and people holding them down, or something in the economy or whatever is holding them down, or some kind of family member or whatever is like holding them down. I mean, that is true that people can put obstacles in your way. But the point is that when there's an obstacle in your way, what are you supposed to do? You just look at it? We used to have to run like a lot of obstacle courses and stuff in the Marine Corps. And, you just start on one end, you get to the other, you figure out a way to do it. But I'm noticing like a lot of people, like whenever you put obstacles in their way, they just quit. You got to make a promise to yourself that you're just not going to quit this year. That's all you got to do. Like you can literally do it. If you really wanted to do a certain something, you can do it. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself. See, The obstacles that happen in your life after you make once you make that promise to yourself that you're going to do something, I guarantee you there will be obstacle number one. And a lot of people just quit at obstacle number one. But a lot of people don't understand that obstacle number one is where you just start to learn things. Okay? There's many ways to get through the obstacles that are going to happen in your life. But let me get some coffee real quick. But what you learn through going through those obstacles is what helps you develop. That is what helps you become who you're supposed to be. It's not about yes, the point is to get to the end of the obstacle, that destination, the promise that you made yourself. But it's along the way, it's the lessons that you learn that will help you get through the obstacle. But you have to actively walk through the mud. Like, it's gonna suck getting 1 foot and then the next foot. But the point is that it doesn't matter. You just have to keep going. And it's not always gonna be fun. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna experience heartache. You're gonna wanna quit. But that's the point, is that I'm gonna be honest with you, not everybody is meant to succeed. Some people are just meant to be in the stands watching those who want to succeed. But I guess there needs to be an audience, right? And I'm just reminding you that you don't have to just be the audience. You are the main character of your story, okay? This is no one else's story but yours. I'm just reminding you that, you could be the main character. See, I wanted to become, I loved watching animes before. I don't watch them as much anymore because I just don't have as much time. But I loved watching animes. I loved the main character thing. I loved the main antagonist, all of that stuff. I wanted to be the main character. I wanted main character energy. And because I wanted those things, I had to be put through all these obstacles in order to become the main character, right? I wanted to be the protagonist. I wanted to develop those leadership skills, the highly likable skills, how you build that determination and grit and just not give up and, becoming strong, all that stuff. I always wanted to be that, but I didn't want to just be that in the game. I wanted to be that in real life. And, as you're going through the obstacles, there's going to be more that come around, but guess what? You are going to get better at each obstacle that comes along the way. You're going to be like, oh, that's right. I remember when I was going through obstacle 3, before I did this thing and that helped out. Let me try that again and it might help me get through this obstacle. And then you're like, oh, shoot. It actually did help me because you had a prior experience before where you were able to recall on that to help you get through the next obstacle. But you would never know that because you can't get past obstacle 1. See, when you start to take your life a little more seriously and you start to make promises to yourself, that's when you start achieving the goals that you want to achieve. Because I guarantee you that once you actually put your mind to it, you eliminate those distractions, you seriously, you try your hardest to get through that obstacle and then the next one and then the next one and then the next one. And eventually it doesn't even feel like you're going through an obstacle. It just feels like you're just going through, you're going through life because it will become just a little bit easier. The obstacles will get a little harder, but you'll have that experience in order to keep going through, to keep pushing through and to get to the next area. Okay? I mean, one of the best ways to explain it is, in certain video games, you had to be a certain level to get to a certain area. But if you ain't that level yet and you try to go to that area, you're gonna get smacked down. You're not gonna know what to do. Like you're gonna fail. You're gonna just, you're not gonna be able to thrive there because you don't have the skills necessary in order to be in that area. And that's the same thing to real life. Like a lot of people just want to fast forward from like A to Z, or A to J or whatever, and then they get there and then they run around with their head cut off because they're overwhelmed. Well, it's because you weren't developing the skills that you needed in order to be in this next area. So anyways, moral of that is, make a promise to yourself this year. Really see it through. Eliminate those distractions, get through the obstacle, get some life experience, and watch how fast that you achieve those goals this year. And guess what you're gonna wanna do next? You're gonna wanna do it again with something else that you wanna achieve. What else can I achieve? I don't even know what else I can do. Like, what else am I capable of? The only way to find that out is to go through the obstacle. Y'all have a good one. I gotta head back to work. Appreciate you for tuning in. I hope this video leads you to other videos and other channels that will help you improve in your life. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you come back again, leave a like or whatever, okay? Anyways, y'all have a good one. I'm out.